Is it?
Opportunity?
Yours or mine, I wonder.
I wonder.
Mr. Parker's on his way to head office now.
I thought that'd move him.
If I'd known the identity of that backside, I'd have closed my eyes.
In reverence.
Terror. Where's Matt? You wait till he finds out who is playing charades in the Nutty Wit.
It was her.
Yeah, none other. You should have seen him pointing out his stripes. That's the last you'll see of them.
Won't you sit down?
Thank you. You were expecting me. Your daughter?
Yes.
She's pretty.
She's dead.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
How could you? But you do know that I'm in the process of getting undressed. You can see that.
Yes?
And?
What do you expect me to say?
I don't know you well enough.
I like it?
I'm glad one of us does.
Do you want me to go?
I would have preferred it if you'd never arrived. Shall I carry on?
With what? This is heads you win, tails I lose, isn't it?
Could be.
What is all this?
It's called difficult circumstances for an officer to explain away.
Now, wait a minute. You asked me here.
Wrong.
You said you presumed I had your cabin number.
Right.
Well, what's that if it's not an invitation?
The Queen lives in Buckingham Palace. Do you drop in on her, too?
She's not my type.
All I have to do now is scream rape.
Well, you're going to.
I'm thinking about it.
Well, you just scream away, because I've no intention of fulfilling your rape fantasies. In fact, I don't think I could fulfill anything anymore. Good night.
At this point, the lady would scream even louder.
What lady?
The one you've just rejected.
Is this how you get your kicks?
Hardly.
You just like being looked at, then?
Not much.
Oh, come off it.
Just think of me as your universal aunt.
I'll do just that.
You always fall into traps this easily.
Traps?
The crook of a little finger isn't always a promise of happy times.
Yeah, I've gathered that.
Women don't like being rejected.
Now, look, I haven't rejected you. I mean, how could I reject my universal aunt? Heaven forbid.
She thinks you did.
What?
She says you raped her.
Her?
So how do you intend to explain away your presence in my cabin to the captain?
Simple, you asked me.
I deny it.
Then you tried to seduce me. She did.
She denies it.
Look, as straight-laced as John might be, I think even he'd find this little bit of unzipping seductive.
But I didn't unzip anything. You did.
You're crazy.
Aren't most women whose reason for taking a cruise is a bit of uniform?
Yeah, and I think I'd better leave before the lady rips my uniform off.
That was next on the agenda.
Well, well, well.
You don't usually keep it on, do you?
The million-dollar question. Do you want me to stay, uniform on or off?
I want you to go. Uniform on and a little wiser.
What do you do for the second house?
Oh, strictly that's likely. Would you mind closing the door behind you?
After being saved from a fate worse than death, how could I refuse?
Did she tell you she was going on that ship?
No, I know nothing about it. Not my job.
What the hell game is she playing at?
None anymore, sir. She's overboard, sir.
Of course she isn't. She was green as a billiard table, Ian.
They said she was. Jumped, they said. My name's Brian, by the way.
Oh, I know what they said, Brian. I also know what they said at Brian, which is why I'm here in the middle of the bloody night to try and explain what they won't believe, Brian. Now put them through and get me some coffee. Black, 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 with coffee, please, Brian. John, old chap, I hear you've got a problem.
No, Arthur, you're the one with a problem, unless you can explain, of course.
I had no idea she was on the ship yet, old boy.
Yet? Well, you know now, and I want to know why.
I'm talking about your girlfriend.
I tell you, John, she's there without my knowledge. She's not due to join the ship until next week.
I say she's not due to go into operation for another week. Well, I'm afraid that doesn't get you out of it, Arthur. Oh, God almighty, Turson.
Turson? Her daddy.
Now, I don't care if he owns every ship in the North Sea. You will repeat to Mr. Turson that I will not have the morale of my crew members undermined by him or his bloody daughter.
She's Turson's daughter?
Did you say that Catherine Laker was Turson's daughter?
Daughter?
Yes.
And heir to the throne or bridge.
John, she's not there for any of the reasons you imagine. I can swear to that. I did not know she was Turson's daughter.
Pull the other one, Arthur, and don't bother swearing. Just tell us what the lady's doing here.
I told you I've no idea. She wasn't due to be with you until next week.
I have no idea why she chose to join the ship as a passenger in Gothenburg. All I can tell you is that Catherine Laker, who you now inform me is Turson's daughter, will be taking over the job of chief purser as from next week. She got the post purely on merit, nothing else.
We're to radio silence, 3 minutes.